What's up, everybody?
Happy
Hi.
A.M.O.K Day!
It is A.M.O.K, that's for sure.
For sure.
A.M.O.K.
Again.
We almost got this down. We've been doing this for how long now? And
A while.
Six months.
We got the time down now. So that's good. That's wonderful.
Yep.
And we actually started on time too, which is great.
That's awesome.
Right? Yes.
Almost like we planned it that way.
No. I had told everybody we were going to be really late, and I think I had Pam freaking out a little bit. I don't know.
It's okay. It's all right.
All right, but it is your turn this week.
Yes, it is all about Kansas this week, and we are very happy to have Flint Hills Paranormal. They are based in the Flint Hills of Kansas. Can you guys tell us a little bit more about where in the Flint Hills you are based?
So we all look at it.
I'll look at her.
We are based out of Emporia, which is just a little south of Topeka by about an hour, and north of Wichita about an hour and a half. So we're smack dab in the middle of the Flint Hills.
Wow.
You are, for sure. I have my youngest son's at K-State, so he's not too far from you.
Yeah.
And I know exactly where you're at because my daughter graduated from Emporia.
Oh, fantastic. Yay.
Woohoo.
And probably names.
I haven't been to Oklahoma yet. But go ahead.
Okay, if you guys could kind of introduce yourselves and can you tell us a little bit what brought you to the paranormal?
You want to start?
Sure. My name is Kathy Herrera. I've been on this team for about 5 years. I've always had an interest in this, and I've always watched those shows. And a friend of mine invited me to come and meet the rest of the team, and then I became a part of it. I had an encounter with a spirit at one time that I really truly believe was my grandmother, and it just meant a lot to me, and I wanted to know more. So here I am.
Great. Linda, do you want to go?
Sure.
No.
Mark. I'm one of the co-founders. Brandy is the other co-founder of Flint Hills Paranormal. When I was a little kid, about 7 years old, I had a near-death experience. And from that, I'd always been interested in this whole area. And I taught psychology at Butler and was a counselor there. And I did teach a paranormal thing there at Butler. And then I got involved with a whole bunch of different teams. And we were with a team in Topeka. And we decided, well, tired of driving to Topeka. So we had plenty of paranormal opportunities here. So we started our group here about 7 years ago, I believe.
Wow, that's great.
That's cool. Near-death experience at 7?
Yep. Well,
you're doing it wrong. Stop that.
Came back. Well, we're glad. Yeah, I came back. So
yeah, we're definitely glad you're here with us now, for sure. Okay, Brandy.
Okay, I'm Brandy Nance, and as Linda said, I'm the co-founder of the team. We started about 7 years ago. I had experiences since a child with the paranormal, and I didn't know that you could actually do this until, the onset of the shows and stuff. So, so excited to be able to do it now.
Awesome. Great. And then Cheryl.
Okay. I'm Cheryl Wagner. I've been on the team, I guess if you say 5 years, I'll say 6 years. And I've just always been interested in the paranormal. I was the kid that would be drawing, pictures of ghosts and witches during, the winter and Christmas time when everybody was doing Christmas.
Absolutely.
I was doing Halloween. So, and just, I don't know, I've just always had a connection with the paranormal. And so I just happened upon their group page, and I just message them saying, hey, if you ever need any team members, and they're like, hey, and I'm like, we're like, hey.
Librarians are
So-
always welcome.
Yeah.
So you're the weirdo. Every team's got one. Okay.
I am. Yeah.
I'm the founder of it, and I'm the weirdo. So.
And then we also have with us Wally. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. Are you able to hear me okay?
Barely.
Barely.
Barely? Okay. Let's see if I get a little closer.
Okay.
Does that
There we go.
that better?
Yeah, that's better.
My name's Wally, and I've since I've become a member of this group, I've been with you, about a year? And I realized I always had a kind of a sense for energy, people around me, and then when Terry and I got together, we watched all the shows, of course, and it's just been a wonderful experience to become a part of this team and be able to try to keep developing more abilities and make those connections with the paranormal, because it really is there.
So you're the woo-woo guy.
Woo-woo guy.
The woo-woo guy.
Okay. Are y'all woo-woo? Who's all woo-woo?
Oh, we're all a little woo-woo.
Okay.
Us too. Except for
I'm not.
Adrian.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
except for Adrian. He's
I'm as
the,
woo-woo
he's
as a
the-
rock.
Hey, there's some rocks that can be woo-woo.
That's true. That's very true. So
So
as
Terry,
oh
Terry.
yeah, sorry, Yuri. I'm skipping over you. I'm so sorry.
My fault.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, okay, great. I'm Terry Levine. I'm married to him. And
Whether you like
I'm
it or
who
not.
got, yeah, I got him involved. He didn't have much choice. I've grown up around the paranormal. Ever since I was little, I had visitors and abilities, and fortunately, my mom nurtured that. She had a belief in that, and so I was never told it wasn't real. And I'm a medium. I'm a psychic medium. I'm of mescaleropathy heritage, and I do artwork, dream catchers, and do a lot of meditation. My main goal is just to help people, find out, who's around, and if they need to go or stay, or what the messages are. I do tend to get random messages at the oddest times and around people I don't know. And of course, I'm obligated to go say, hey, I have a message for you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't always get a real good response, but makes life interesting.
For
I
sure.
imagine.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Well,
especially.
again, we appreciate you guys
Yes,
taking the
thank
time
you.
tonight to come and visit with us for a little bit. And what we're hoping to do through A.M.O.K is kind of let everyone know what's going on in our area and what groups are out there and what people are out there, and kind of make sure everyone is known and that places are known, and just kind of to not fraternize. What's the word I'm looking for, guys?
Fraternize. Holy cow. Really?
I know it's the wrong word. I'm telling you.
Wow.
Socialize. What's the word?
Socialize?
Spread the word about the Midwest.
Yes.
Thank you, Ken.
Ken
Saving me there.
the savior.
You right?
Oh,
With that in mind, can you guys kind of tell us what types of investigations do you do, and how can people find you if they're interested in getting with you?
Well, I'll let you know for
Shut up,
one.
Adrian.
This is our team. Actually got 12 members in our team. And in our
Wow,
team,
great.
yeah, Terry is one of our mediums. We have another one, Annette, down in Wichita, and we have another one, Vanessa, who lives here at Emporia but couldn't be here today. And then Brandy's got a lot of abilities, and then the rest of us are either empaths or something else. We don't even know.
I'm
But-
something else.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
you are most definitely.
but you want to connect with us, we're all over the place. We have Flint Hills Paranormal website, and on that I have the Kansas Cryptids and Strange Critters on there that I'm going to be turning into a book. We've got Haunted Kansas on Facebook. We have Flint Hills Paranormal on Facebook. We have Flint Hills Paranormal on Instagram. I have Kansas Cryptids and Other Strange Critters on Facebook. And we are going to have a month, on the 15th of July, we're going to have the very, very first Flint Hills Spirit Fair here. And
Oh, great.
Oh, right on.
Sweet.
It's your first event?
Yeah, so we have
It's our first spirit fair.
Oh, right on. Though.
Nice.
Excellent.
We
Well, good
also-
luck on that.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
also
that's
have
awesome.
a Facebook page for that too, where you can meet the vendors and talk to some of the psychics and the card readers and stuff like that. So you can get hold of us about anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a YouTube channel as well.
Send
That
us
is
a link
awesome.
with that promotion,
Yeah.
and
Absolutely.
we'll put it on our site.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Will
Thank
do.
you.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll definitely help out with that.
I mean, not only do we
Um,
have a A.M.O.K site, but each of us have our own sites as well.
Mhm.
So we'll get it out there for the Midwest area.
Yep.
Oh,
Thanks.
fantastic.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
welcome.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome. So let's
Mhm.
see.
Oh, what kind of
Um,
investigations?
Well, talk about our fundraisers.
Oh, yeah, we do a lot of fundraisers, for various businesses. I guess our next one is going to be in September. No, it's in October for the Madison, the city of Madison's library. And then we do work with Main Street, Emporia Main Street here, and we help with the haunted tours, October 27th and 28th. But we do all kinds of public things. We get into parades and mingle into the public here in Emporia, whether they like it or not.
That's
So
terrific.
you do, when you say you do fundraiser, you're fundraising for other organizations. Yeah,
Other
right on.
organizations, yeah.
Yeah, we did thing for the local historical society here, and we've done things we did a thing called Ghost Hunt for Ghost Stories. So we go and do a little presentation, had people bring in canned foods or bring in donations, stuff like that. So
fun.
it's always fun to do things like that.
Yeah, it is. It's great to get in with the public too. We do.
Oh yeah.
When we do these, they're generally public investigations.
Yeah.
Like last year, we did one at the was it Chase County Old School. They were trying to raise money for the old school and try to keep it up to date. Well, not up to date, but just keep it together.
Oh yeah. No, we get it. We get
In
it.
an abandoned building, yeah.
They're trying to make it a community center, I think,
Yeah.
type thing.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Isn't that community center? Isn't that like Electric Boogaloo? Isn't that what they were doing to raise money for the? Never mind. I'm sorry.
different group?
I was thinking maybe you guys can break dance on the show, and that'd be great.
I'd
Oh,
break a hip.
Yeah, I don't think
Would you say you break a hip?
unless you want EMS to come in and run the interview.
Now I
All
know
right.
why you're sitting in the background.
There are times I have done some break dancing, but never on purpose.
So
Same.
what kind of investigations do you like? I mean, we specialize in homes. I didn't do the public events that much as a group, and everybody has their little specialty. What do you guys? Are you like anything that comes in, or is there something that you specifically look for?
We do homes and businesses, and fundraisers. So we do a mix of all three of those.
Yeah, right on.
So
Cool.
I
Very
really
cool.
like working with individuals that are having attachments or questions for relatives and things like that.
Well, it's good to
Yeah.
have somebody on a team that way, because I have no woo woo people on my team, and it's not and it's not because I haven't wanted one. It's just a lot of people who tried it. If you come up to me and say you got abilities, right? I'm gonna I come from a diagnostic background, so I want to make sure how well you can, what you do, what are you for real? And a lot of people don't like that kind of scrutiny. So they're like, I'll find somebody, don't question me, and they go on. So but I have some people that I work with, and it's good to have that. So I don't know, it'd just be great. I don't know where I was going. I need more tea.
Talking about how you wanted a woo woo person on your team.
I do want a woo woo person on my
Yeah.
team, but none of us are. And but so when we go in, we do houses mainly, and it's always been more about trying to encounter what the client is encountering. So we try to debunk things like you say, you watch TVs. That's what we try to do, that kind of stuff. So how do you do a typical investigation? Like, you come to my house, okay? I've seen shadow people, and blob like shadows. I smell smoke, and I saw a full body apparition of a man about 5'7", slender build, crew cut. How would you come and investigate my house?
anyone, Devin?
Go ahead.
We'll all talk at once here.
We're just gonna put you on the spot.
Porch and
What I would do, because I am the one that does the interview with the client in the beginning, we have a great big form that we go through. It's a kind of an experimental thing right now where we hit the house and the location, areas that might be like cemeteries near, things like that. But the location of the place, the people's kind of psychology, because I'm a counselor, so their psychology, their religious beliefs, and then the kind of the behavior, the things that are going on there. So we go through this whole thing so that I have a kind of a good idea of what the people are like when we get there. And then when we get there, we go around the house with various equipment and try to pick up those areas where we get some kind of energies. We talk to the owner and we find out where they have always been affected. And then we put all of that together, and then we get all of our other equipment and we all sit down, we try to communicate with whatever it is in the house. And at that point, if we can get some good communication going, then either we can find out why they're there, who they're there for, maybe that they want to move on. I mean, whatever it is that is going on with the spirits and with that family. And a lot of times there's some real close connections there. I can't tell you how many times it's been a family member that's there.
Wow.
That's making noise and stuff, is trying to get attention of the family members.
And heaven help you if it's one of my family members.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
kind of
God.
typical. I got a question on that. When you're asking this questions from the questionnaire, do you also lead into like questions about medical issues or imbibing in other stuff?
Right. Yeah, drugs, alcohol, mental health issues.
So you do ask that, okay.
Yes.
And we found an awful lot of folks are bipolar, which is real interesting.
That's true too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because I used to do a lot of individual cases, and I would ask those questions. At first, I'm like, oh my God, can I really ask these questions? But you have to. After the first or second one you go to, and you see lines of beer cans and ashtrays with not cigarette ashes in it, and
or pill bottles,
whiskey bottles, just all this stuff. It's like, I need to start asking this question because it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. So you
we
do
ask
that.
it too. Yeah, we do too in our team.
Well, and don't you also ask questions like if they do any like card reading or if they've done
Yes.
anything themselves in the
Oh,
house?
sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or anybody else, yeah.
If they've tried to communicate with anything there, yeah, we do
With
that
the Ouija
too.
board or whatever.
Yes.
Often, yeah, often people end up opening portals, but they don't realize they've opened. And then,
Mhm.
don't know how to close them or how to deal with what comes through.
That's a
Yeah,
good
we see
point,
that a
and
lot.
Yeah.
that's a good point. And sadly, a lot of investigators out there have no idea how to deal with that either, but they
Right.
think they do.
True.
You talk
Yeah.
about dangerous. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, we had one case several years ago that we went to the house and we investigated and found out more and more and more about the lady of the house. And the husband called me a little bit later and said that she was not only bipolar without taking medication, but she was on all kinds of drugs and everything else. And she was trying to burn the
Wow.
house down, literally.
Wow.
So I kept encouraging him to get her into therapy, get back with her psychiatrist and stuff. And he called me, I don't know, about 3 or 4 months later, and he was still having some issues with her. And I told him again, this is not going to change until she gets the correct medication and getting off some of the drugs. So
Yeah.
now there's a lot of craziness that's going on out there, and we've got to be very careful as investigators ourselves.
Yeah.
100%.
Sure. Not only for yourselves, but also for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
sometimes it is an opportunity to help someone who's going through a hard time and may not be paranormal, but sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. But it's always an opportunity to help someone.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
That's the
Definitely.
most important part, I think it is, about
That's why
what we do.
That's why we're in
What
it.
we do. What we
Yep.
do. Yep.
And that's a rare thing because a lot of people are in it just to get that quick buck or a quick 15-minute fame. And everybody
don't-
will sit there and ask me, well, where's all your stuff? I don't see it online. Well, that's because it was all private
Yeah.
places. I can't
do
just
homes.
show you.
Exactly.
Yes.
Look, I mean, we have this show, right? But my goal on the show is to, like they said, to highlight Arkansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Kansas. Everybody talks about stuff, and up in the Northeast, and in the bigger cities and stuff like that. And there's all kinds of stuff going on here that nobody knows about unless they lived in that local area.
Mhm.
And so it's just something that we need to do to try to bring the interest here. But just because I'm trying to bring interest here doesn't mean I'm trying to be somebody famous. I don't care if people know who I am. I have people who do know who I am, and I consider them friends. And when they talk to me, sometimes I'm like, look, remember, I'm a friend. I'm not a fan. So, and I'll shoot them straight. Yeah. Hey man, what'd you think of the show? And I'm like, you really want to know? Because I'll tell you. And, because although, I watched Ghost Hunters and I thought, okay, well, you don't have to be a weirdo to do this stuff. You can actually, you can actually pursue an answer. But then as the show progressed, I thought they stopped pursuing an answer, and then they're trying to, well, let's keep the show going, right? And that's when you're doing a paranormal entertainment thing like that, you have to produce, because if you do, how many times you do an investigation that there's nothing going on, and that would be a very boring show.
Yeah.
Sitting on people's couches going,
Yeah.
how long do we have to be here?
Is
Yeah, you can
anybody
tell when they're
still
doing that
here?
because they keep going over the same activity that happened. Well, that went off. I saw it go off, and then somebody will say, "Well, we watched this and that went off," and they'll do that on and on and on. So you can tell they never had anything much going on in the whole show.
Well, I stopped watching. I think I stopped watching paranormal TV around the flashlight thing, and when they, I was like, okay, I'm done, because I'm a diagnostic professional, and I'm like, I know how that works, and so, but anyhow, yeah, we don't try to be. I'm not trying to be famous. I don't think that's a
No.
good goal. I got into it to help people, and that's why. Hopefully, that's what it sounds like you guys are doing, and that's awesome to hear.
That's our goal. When we leave a private investigation, knowing that we help the people. I mean, so many times we leave and it's like, oh, that felt so good, or you just I don't know. It's hard to explain. I don't want to say it's like a high, but I mean, it kind of is, because it's like we
Yeah.
just help these people.
Right.
Well, yeah, exactly. No, I totally
You
get it.
know, and
It makes you feel like what you're doing is important. And that's
Exactly.
that's what
But
we've
the-
run into as well.
But there are times when you don't feel good about what happened, but
Oh.
then about a month later, you get a call from them and they say, you have no idea what you did for us. This is great.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't think I did anything because it sucked that night, for example. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Everything was going haywire.
Mhm.
So,
I
yeah.
don't think we actually understand what kind of communication and what kind of influence we have over the situation in some of these places. We've had so
agree
many
with that.
different times that honestly, we didn't think we did anything. Like you said, we get a call, oh, thank you so much. The house is great now. And we just had one just like that, actually.
Yeah, and then you feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for about 3 weeks, it's like, oh my God, what did we do wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, have you had one of those cases where you did everything you could, you've explained it, but the client was unwilling to accept your answer? We had one patient, and she was an elderly lady, and what she was having was more of a dementia problem. It was more of an age related issue than a paranormal. And she had her number, and she lived close, so my wife and I were able to just get there within 15 minutes of her call. So we go there and explain the stuff away, but talking with the family, explaining this is not a paranormal thing. And as a medical professional, I think that's the direction you need to go, but they never would be willing to accept that. And that I consider that out of nearly 300 investigations, our biggest failure, because we was unable to help this and resolve this lady. Have you had situations like that? You got counselors on your team, so that might be a little
Yeah.
Which is really
The
cool.
beautiful things about our team, and I don't know how this happened, but we have the most beautiful, caring people. Every one of our team members is just, they'll go way out of their way to help anybody. And so as a team, we can come in and we can kind of connect with the people maybe in a little different way. I'm a counselor, so I use my la-di-da and yeah,
I'm a
and
counselor too. Yeah.
yeah, she's a counselor, and
You got a
got
teacher.
some empaths, and so we have them talk with the individuals, and most of the time we can reach them one way.
Man,
That's good.
that is awesome, and something that a lot of teams don't have that ability.
Yeah.
Because I mean, not putting the teams down there, but you got a team, the guys. I flip burgers. And I'm a hairdresser, and I'm a stocking person at night at Walmart, and we started a team, right? So it's cool to have somebody who's got a professional background to back up what they're doing and actually help people. So that makes you guys pretty awesome.
Yeah,
So
well,
I'm pretty happy about that. I'm glad to meet you.
Yeah,
It's,
definitely.
Sure.
yeah, I'm pretty proud of them.
one thing I really like about our team too is when we go to an investigation, everybody's abilities are a little bit different. And so while I may feel something and say what I feel, somebody else is, it connects with something they see or hear. I mean, everything just meshes. It's hard to describe.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
I-
good. And the longer you work together, the better that gets too. So that's awesome.
Right. And sometimes a tight-knit group will, what's the word, exemplify the traits that you all do have, which just makes it even better. You know, I've got that with several of my friends who I do hang out with, and I've been hanging out with for almost 15 years. And it's amazing that you almost get a second, you know, it's like a second sense with each person in the group. So you know what they're going to say almost, you know what they're going to feel. Sometimes you even have the same experiences, which is even, I think, more incredible, or the same vision. You know, I'm talking about actually third eye vision of a situation, and you're all seeing it from a different perspective. And that is amazing also. You guys have that?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
That happened in the backyard of that one investigation. One of our team members saw something, and then other team members felt it, and but they all went back to the backyard at different times. And so when we got together talking about it, it was just, it all connected.
And then you've got your story.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
You got
And
the
that,
complete picture.
Yeah.
One of our billions of adoring fans, Patty, she asked, do you ever investigate known haunted locations just for fun, or do you keep it all private?
No, some of us have been like to the Sally House, and where else have we been?
Atchison's crazy. Oh yeah,
Um,
that what was that place in Missouri?
Well,
We've
there
been
was
to
a
the
castle
prison.
in Missouri.
Pythian Castle.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
I-
was
Pythian
awesome.
Castle.
I was just there 2 nights ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It was
I'm
I've
going
never
Veterans Day.
incredible. You guys are going.
You were supposed to go Veterans Day, Adrian.
You guys are going in November, remember?
Am I?
Yes.
Are we?
I went
We're
this past
supposed
weekend.
to.
Did somebody tell me
Basement
this?
is awesome.
Yes.
Yeah,
Veterans Day.
But
We're
you're
veterans.
correct. That is an awesome place. And I can't even tell you how many different crazy experiences I had this weekend.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun
Yeah.
place. Fun place. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've been to some of those kind of places, but we
I'll
had
tell-
Just recently,
Huh?
sorry, I just said, we just recently went to Atchison and St. Joe. We went to the War Museum in St. Joe and
Okay.
had quite an amazing experience there. Yeah.
Yeah. That.
We were, oh, go ahead.
Nope. I was going to say Glore Museum is really incredible, especially in the morgue area.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you
Mhm.
know they've
We
got
were,
a
huh?
What was
Oh,
that,
go
Terry?
ahead. Go ahead, Terry.
I just said we were up on the first floor and I was contacted by a woman who invited me to sit in her wheelchair. And when I sat down, I started to see what she saw. I could see the inside of her eye. And what it summed up to be was she needed people to know that she had been placed there because she was blind, but she could see better than they thought. She could see shadows, but nobody would speak to her. And that she kept saying, people come and go, but they never talk to you.
Oh, that's
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you know they have
It
a
was amazing.
You're never gonna get it out.
No, go ahead.
did you know they have a funeral home museum there too? It is really cool.
Oh,
Next
no.
time you go to St.
In
Joe,
St. Joe.
it's in the back of a funeral home. But you have to ask, and then they'll wind you back in there. But it is really cool.
You'd think a funeral home would be really dead.
Uh-huh.
Wah, wah.
Cemeteries are more dead. There you go.
just dying to go see that.
Yes, that is
And
true.
we forgot an important member of our group. Remembers.
Oh, the Sally doll.
Oh.
Shirley,
number
sorry.
3.
Terry,
I'm
good
sorry,
job
Shirley,
bringing
number
her
3.
in.
We were doing an investigation once, and somebody called out to getting ready to take a picture. So I'm in, took a picture, boom, and there was one of those dolls like right next to me. And I'm like, nah. The doll wasn't haunted. The
You
doll
don't
wasn't
like the
haunted, but it scared
doll?
the bejesus out of me.
Well, I'm hoping
So-
at some point we're going to have a section on our website about the Shirley dolls. There's a whole series of them. This particular model just about everybody that's had one has had horrible things going on with them.
Oh
Really?
gosh.
Yeah. So it's fascinating, but it's that specific model of Shirley doll. Shirley
Yeah.
Temple.
Huh.
Well,
Yeah.
tell them what happened at your house.
Killer one,
Um,
yeah.
You're gonna wait for the
when
Movie.
save that for later.
there's a question on Twitch, somebody asked, wondering how many investigations that you have done, and did anything ever follow you home, or were you ever possessed, or any of the possessions? And he lives in St. Joe.
And watch
Oh,
the ghost.
okay.
It's JD. His name is JD. I call him JD.
We're very careful when we do an investigation. We're very careful to ground ourselves before we go into a situation. And as we leave, we definitely tell the spirits that they are not welcome to follow us or come home with us. And I don't think any of us have had a problem with that. I mean, some of us have some feelings of heaviness when we get home, but none of us have ever been possessed or anything.
Well, you had some things happening physically.
Yeah, I went up to Topeka State. Wasn't it Topeka State, or was it
Topeka State.
okay? Up to Topeka State, there's one building up there that I just was looking at. It's got a horrible feeling to it anyway. There's just 2 buildings left on the grounds up there. And some kids had gone up there. They had all the windows boarded up and stuff, but some vandals went up and yanked them off and everything. And like an idiot, this is a mental health hospital. I'm a counselor. I put my hand on the wall and I said, I'm so very sorry that this happened to you. And then I did my little thing, you can't go home with me and everything. But in the middle of that night, I got up to go to the bathroom and I was starting to get up and something slugged me really hard in the stomach and gave me bruises all across here.
Oh.
Of course, then I got rid of everything the next day, but
Oh,
that was
wow.
one of the very few times I think something like that's happened.
I do warn people to come onto the team, especially if they got young kids at the house. I really try to not. I guess you could say I try to discourage them from joining, not because I don't want them there, but because we have had people, entities, whatever, follow us home, and one nasty one in particular. But yeah, so it doesn't matter because we do that too. Look, dude, you're not ready. You don't come home with us, right? Now you stay here, and they're like, ooh, and they come anyway.
Like, you're gonna keep me from coming.
You're not the boss of me. And but yeah, my house is already haunted. So whatever's living here is already, they get mad, and our house get really crazy active for like a couple weeks when that happens, and then it goes quiet again. He's like, my dude's all chill.
I think that's why it's important to have, a solid spiritual belief of some kind to give you that support and backup. I like to smudge, use white sage before and after an investigation to purify and cleanse. And I've recently had some experiences with channeling that is fairly new. Came on, now, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago, we'll say. And so it's happened 2 times now where I've actually channeled somebody talking through me. And that's just an unreal experience. But you have to be able to protect yourself through that too, and keep a separation.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that basis, that spiritual basis, I think, gives you that power. Not a need that power comes from my creator.
Correct. I agree with that. Yeah, I've had a couple of instances where something is kind of talking through me, and fortunately, the friends I've been hanging out with know when something that I'm not right, as they say, and like something. Oh, stop it, Adrian. So, you don't know me that well yet, but they know it's like, okay, we're going to keep an eye on it, because I'll listen to recordings later on and I'll hear them saying, "Is he okay? He'll be fine. I'm watching him. These are my friends." So they let it go until it gets to the point where it might be a little bit too much, and they'll call me out of it. So I've had a couple of situations like that, and there you go. So you have somebody that's your security blanket.
Yeah.
Terry might be interested in my story. I don't know how deep I'm going to get into it if I talk about it. but yeah, I had an attachment for years. So and most people didn't know it, but some of the people who were close to me knew it. I didn't know it. But it totally changed me. So yeah, somebody asked, Patty again asked, she goes that she notices that some of you guys are wearing necklaces. Are they just regular necklaces, or are they for protection?
Well, like this,
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is for protection.
superpowers.
Regular.
And,
So
and
yes.
Patty, keep asking the questions, because I keep writing them down and then you say them for me. Thank you.
I usually wear, like, I have bracelets and stuff of different crystals, protection, grounding. I usually wear necklaces. Some of us wear, medallions or whatever, but I do make sure that I go and I'm protected, and I make sure that I, put them out and cleanse them and charge them with the full moon and the new moon. And I mean, get rid of any negative mojo vibes, all that. But it's real important to make sure that you're protected.
It's always smart to be protected, especially in a situation that you don't know what you're walking into.
Yeah, right.
That's
Exactly. Yeah.
So
I've never had anything follow me home. I had things like with my lights and fans just kind of coming on in the middle of the night, and the fan was on slow, and it would just like, you'd wake up and it'd be like propeller speed. But I think that's just my mom talking to me and messing with me, because before she died, she told me she would. So
Nice.
real nice. But yeah, she told me her sign would be knocking 3 times, because before she passed, we knew she was going to pass, and she said, she knew I was on this team, and she said, well, I'm going to come back and I'm going to let you know that I made it, to the other side. And so I said, well, you got to tell me, I mean, how am I going to know it's you? And she said, well, I'll knock 3 times. And so I'm like, okay. So anyway, she did. One time we were on an investigation not too long. Yeah. And I heard the 3 knocks, and I thought, why would she be here? But yeah, it was her. It was pretty cool. But she comes once in a while, and she'll mess with me just because that's who she was. So.
And that's because she's with you, not there, but she's with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
We had a team member.
BYOG.
We had a team member had a little girl that followed her around, and we noticed that we started getting the same EVPs at different locations. And I was
Wow.
like, okay, wait a minute. Cool. You can't go on an investigation anymore, because we don't know if these people are haunted or we're making them haunted. It's terrible.
She has a lot of children that like to hook up to her.
Well, they just bug me, period. Because I'm old. I don't know if I have 1 foot in the grave, whatever, but seem to bother me one way or the other. We had that video I sent you about the SLS video?
Yes.
That little baby, the girl ended up being one of our team members for a period of time. And
Wow.
that little girl would show up at investigations too.
That Shauna, that might be a good time to pull it up.
Yep.
If
I
you
was
can.
working on that now.
You know which one it is?
Yep.
No,
okay.
Bad worse usage.
And while she's doing that, Enzo in the chat, he's asking, have you had any dealings with UFOs or cryptids in your area?
Well,
Or is that something you guys deal with?
Well,
We do
yeah,
deal with.
I am writing a book on the cryptids of Kansas, and I have the Kansas cryptids and other strange critters Facebook page, and then I've got that whole piece on our website that you're welcome to go to. Yeah, we have all kinds of things that you wouldn't think that we would be around here. We've had lots and lots of Bigfoot sightings, lots and lots and lots of Black Panther kinds
cats,
of
yeah.
sightings. Dogman.
The
other things,
large Black Panthers,
yeah,
the spirit Black Panthers.
yeah.
Yeah, there was a sighting one, not well, hell, it's been about 20 years ago now, but on the golf course, not far from us, and they saw. He said it was a huge Black Panther.
A
And then,
huge.
yeah, he said it was huge,
Big
and
one.
it was there on the golf course,
Oh my
and then it wasn't, and so I had to check out on that and a lot of the folklore surrounding that. I guess we're getting ready to start a video.
Well, not right this second. I'm working
No,
on it still.
Working. Oh,
So y'all can still chat.
We
Yeah.
definitely have someone we need to hook you up with. His name is Brian Terrell, and he was
Yes.
actually on our podcast last week.
or Terrell.
And he's
Or
he's
Terrell.
based out of Enid, Oklahoma, and he works on cryptid sightings between southeast Kansas and northeast Oklahoma and on down into Oklahoma area.
He's on my I think he's on my Facebook page.
Is he? He
Yeah,
is
I'm pretty
great. He's
sure.
got a
Yeah,
map
real sweet
going.
guy. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And he's going to be at the Paracon too. So you'll get a chance
Oh,
to
great.
meet him there.
Good.
Yep.
That's great. Yeah, one of the things I worked in El Dorado because I was a counselor at Butler Community College.
Mhm.
And one of the people I knew there, I was doing a investigation over at their house, and they said, "Have you ever seen a chupacabra?" And I thought, "Oh yeah, right." So anyway, he pulls up this picture, and it's something, and I've got a master's in biology too. I have never seen anything like this. It's got kind of a snout. It had hair running down the back of its head and down its back. Didn't have any hair elsewhere. The ears were kind of like a wild dog or a hyena.
Mhm.
And
Wow.
if you look at the picture on Kansas cryptids and other critters,
Mhm.
the main page up there has a photo of that.
I'll
It's
have to go check
fascinating-
that out.
Yeah,
All right.
Interesting.
but that was
Ready?
taken in El Dorado.
I think so.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know if the crowd is gonna see it. Let me try it and see. Nope, they're not gonna see it. Hang on just a second.
Oh no.
I
I'm
don't hear
sorry.
it.
Yeah, I'm trying to see why my OBS. Sorry, technical
Enzo's asking,
difficulties.
is
We're
it
amok.
just- Enzo's asking, is it just me or are we just seeing the background logo?
You're just seeing the background logo
for a minute.
Yeah,
Michelle's
now
trying to
you're
get
seeing
the-
all my pictures. Isn't that lovely?
Oh, wow.
Yay.
Put that one up.
Let
So do
me.
you guys individually, do you guys have any other favorite hotspots that you've been to?
I think the best place we ever went to was it's called Plum Place. It was a women's shelter. Senator Plum and his wife, they were some of the founding members of Emporia, and they built this humongous, beautiful place. After he passed away, his wife started a women's shelter there. And it was there for exactly 100 years before it closed down because of financial issues. We can't get in it anymore. It's a private home now. But that place had more stuff going on in there than you could ever believe. We did several fundraisers there. We had screams and touches. And I think I
Wow.
sent you a little picture of the ghost kitty that we got
Yes.
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, one time when we were doing a public investigation there to raise money, I was up in the ballroom with a team, with a group of people, and they all swore some saw a cat, some felt it rub up against them, some saw it run out the door. There was no cat.
Wow.
They had no cat in that area at all.
Wow.
So
It's like
it sounds,
McIntyre.
It's a neat
it sounds
place.
like McIntyre, and it also sounds like the Flint Mansion here
We
in
have a
St.
ghost
Louis.
cat.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it, I've heard it, I've got a photo of it, and sometimes it'll rub up against your leg. So, and it's a
That's
black cat
incredible.
with little white stockings.
Oh,
So yeah, we've got a photo of it. It's amazing.
Sweet. Well, I'm
We're-
ready.
We're ready.
Oh, here we go.
Good dancing.
I don't hear it, but what she's doing is putting her hand down. That's her, actually, that was a child she lost. And it was creating some issues in her house. And so it's trying to climb up in her hand.
His arm and his leg up underneath.
It's one of the most amazing videos that
Can you feel anything?
is just amazing.
It feels like,
Yeah, you can see it embrace her there.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild. Yeah.
Curl up in your hand.
The crowd can hear it.
Are you
Unfortunately, yeah.
I'll have to rewatch it later.
But it was doing little things like locking her out of the house, wasn't it? And things
Yeah.
like that.
Oh,
Just
my
trying to
goodness.
let her know that it
Huh.
was there.
Yeah, it was just being ornery. It would turn the heat up in summer and the air conditioning on in the winter and, you know, locking the door when she'd take the dog out, all that kind of stuff. It's just being ornery.
That is wild.
Just wanted
Yeah.
to make its presence known. And it showed up on one of our investigations at the How House, didn't it? Because we had an extra spirit hanging around that wouldn't identify itself. And so we're like, hey, you know, did you come with one of us? And it was, yeah, her baby just decided to tag along.
Mhm.
All a field trip.
Hanging out with mom. Huh.
Aw.
That's great.
Bring your child to
that's
work
pretty
day.
cool. There you go.
Oh, goodness.
And you guys were talking about the ghost cat. Do you see that one, Shaw? The photo in the
I do. Hang on
folder?
a second, and I will.
That's an
share
awesome
that.
picture. I love that picture.
It
Yeah,
is. It's really
How
cool.
that came about while she's looking for it is the director of Plum Place at the time. I had just put in motion detector cameras in the basement and they kept going off. And so she wanted to just come over and see what was going on. So we went over just to find out where we were going to put cameras and stuff. And we did a lot of photos and stuff. And I went home and I started looking at the photos, and up in the corner, up in the rafters in the basement was this little kitty cat looking down at us.
Huh.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm working on it. I'm sorry, it's not wanting to cooperate with me today.
Oh,
We had we had a
Uh.
cat named Kiki, and she was a white cat, gray splotches on her and stuff like that. Anyhow,
Aw.
she's a typical cat. Loved her. She was great. But
There we go.
we was walking down, kind of live in multi-level homes, so it's getting ready to go downstairs and watch out of the bathroom, pass by the main bathroom, and Kiki was up on the counter and jumped down. You could hear her coming down, right? Hear her hit the ground. So no problem. We continue downstairs and then look into the den, and Kiki is asleep in the middle of the floor. So
Oh my goodness.
Goodness.
I was like,
Wow.
doppelganger cat. Okay.
Yeah. Doppelganger cat. Hang on, the people
Is that a
aren't
cat or
seeing
a llama? What is that?
it. Just a
It's
second.
sitting on
y'all.
a shelf.
That's a Santa hat.
It looks, we went back and tried to debunk this, and there's nothing there that even, there's
Oh, I
nothing
see it.
sitting there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can see it now.
orange
Yeah,
Yeah.
wild.
with the
Like
two
the-
eyeballs.
Like the yellow eyes and then the two
little
ears.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
That is cool. Aw.
And they-
The eye shine.
Find people all the time there.
Wow.
It might have been the one that rubbed up against everybody up in the ballroom. Who knows?
I'm sharing
that.
your other sturf.
Hey, that's
Oh.
fancy.
Thank you.
That's a good looking bunch.
That is.
That's awesome.
We were so honored when they wrote us and wanted us to be there. What was it, April and March?
Mm-hmm.
March and April of this year's cover story. And we were really, really honored to do that.
That is cool.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
So ultrasonic recording. I
Yeah, that
just
sounds
read-
interesting. I like it.
Not
that
us.
does sound interesting.
Somebody else.
And then we
Is that
got
a special
fucking-
toy that you guys were using
Ah.
or what?
Oh, I'm
What?
sorry.
Wasn't us.
Other people weren't looking at it. There.
I'm looking at it.
Well, y'all are looking at it, but the
Oh.
people, the billions of people aren't looking at it.
Billion?
They can all look at it at the same time. They don't have to like we're taking turns.
I
Hey,
still
Rick
haven't
and
answered
Hagen,
this. I'm
I
gonna
can't
have
see it
to.
in-
I'm gonna have to practice on this because I don't know how to share yet on Zoom. I'm working on it.
There you go. It's up there now.
There.
You must learn how to share.
Gotta learn how to share.
While you're doing that, Patty in the chat, she said a fellow investigator heard a cat meow in a catless home. And after telling the homeowner, he admitted to accidentally running over his own cat a few weeks
Oh,
prior.
no.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh,
gosh.
no.
Way to bring us down.
Right?
No kidding. That's
Holy
too
bejeebus crispy. That, rude.
Oh,
nice.
sad.
Rude.
My cat.
But
got
apparently the
killed.
cat wasn't upset though, because
well,
it came,
the cat
it
came back.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that Stephen King book, The Cat Came Back too. That didn't work out well.
Yeah, it is.
Pet cemetery.
Pet cemetery. Yeah.
Is that the one that turned into Black Panther?
Is that the newer one? Oh, there's too many
Look at-
remakes of movies.
Look at that group. It's an awesome group.
Cute.
That is a great picture.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
just about all of us. Wally was the only one that wasn't there on that.
Somebody had to take the picture.
Right. So somebody-
Photoshopping.
Yeah, Photoshop.
Yep. Okay. Oh,
Oh,
I've
this
been in a
is
ro-
the
I've been in a
audio.
room just like that.
This is the
um,
one that has the great audio on it. I don't know if you can, if they can hear
we're-
it, Shaw, but
we're gonna work on that.
okay.
Give me a moment to work on that.
One moment.
Can you
No.
guys tell us? This was recent too, wasn't it?
I guess we can say where it was because we did an investigation at Newman University in Wichita. And this was in the attic at one of the buildings up there. We're going to be doing a program for them in October for the students there about our findings and stuff. But this was a camera we just left up in the attic. The attic, the first time I was up there, it was so thick, it wore you out trying to walk very far. It was like walking through jello. It was terrible.
I know that feeling. Yes.
Yeah, and then
And I'm not woo woo.
yeah,
Very boo.
very woo. And so when we did the investigation, it was quite a bit different. And actually, we got not a whole lot of stuff. And I think what we found out was that this nun, what was her name? Beata, Sister Beata had shut everybody down because when we were there looking at the first time, I had said, we'll be back on Saturday. And she shut everybody down because back in her day, the only time you talked to spirits was if you were an exorcist or something.
Oh.
Yeah, so she was dead set against us. And I don't know, Terry, if you want to talk about what happened to
Yeah,
you.
she wouldn't let me even go to a certain area. She said I didn't belong there, that I needed to be in school.
Ooh. Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I could not go back into the office area.
She grabbed you
At that
too.
point, I had earlier. At that point, she wasn't letting me go anywhere. I had to go.
Oh my.
She grabbed you by the arm too, didn't she?
Yeah, she grabbed me. I had marks on my arm. She kind of did one of those arm twist things. Yeah, she was saying next to another one way or another.
Wow.
Fun.
Oh, right. That's oh wow. Well, let me
We're
know.
gonna be
Let me-
be able to hear this thing.
You should.
Okay. I want to hear.
You should.
I'm interested.
Okay.
Can you hear it?
Nope.
Oh, Vajeebus crispy. I'm scared to share that because once I share that, y'all can't see it. Because I'm sharing my sound. Okay, who has dealt with Zoom and knows how to share videos?
No.
I don't share videos.
There's gonna be practice this afternoon, guys. So somebody stick around. Okay. Share. Well, let's see. Can y'all see that?
Oh,
Yeah.
Enzo said they can hear it.
Oh, well,
Oh, they can
okay.
hear it?
Good deal.
Yeah.
All right.
Nope.
Was that a growl? I heard it.
Well,
Hang
it's
on.
like a ghost is sounding like a ghost. It goes like, ooh.
Yeah, I heard that. Like, ooh.
Yeah, I heard something. Yeah.
All right.
Well, I'll have to pay attention to it later.
I'm sorry. I'll
Ghost
play it
make a
after
ghostly
it's over
sound.
with. How's that?
All right.
Yeah. So
That's
so
awesome.
stick around after the show too. Don't go away.
Don't go away. We'll be
Everybody.
right back. No.
Yes, for sure. Excuse me. Well, we're kind of starting to draw in on the 8 o'clock. Well, actually, we're 8:01 now, aren't we?
Yeah.
I know.
Yes.
It's
So
almost past my
before we-
bedtime.
Oh,
Before we
Mhm.
wrap this up, can you guys share again where you can be found and any events that you have coming up?
oh, I think I did it.
Oh,
sorry.
yeah, she did it.
Did it?
Well, let's see.
You did.
Huh.
Right before the tap.
Yeah,
Yep,
try it again.
I heard
Yeah.
Yeah, right on.
Mhm.
I heard
Yeah.
it. Ooh, click, click.
Ghost
Yay.
being a ghost.
Now I gotta remember
you
how I
can
did that.
find us. You can find us on our website, Flint Hills Paranormal, on Instagram, Flint Hills Paranormal. We've got a YouTube channel, and then on Facebook, we've got Flint Hills Paranormal. We've got Kansas Cryptids and other critters, other odd critters, and Haunted Kansas. And now we've got the Flint Hills Spirit Fair, where you can meet the vendors and stuff. And that's going to be our next big thing that's coming up. We've got some other investigations, private investigations and stuff, but that's our next big thing. And that's July the 15th in
Great.
Emporia at the History Center at 7-Eleven Commercial, and that's from 10 to 5 p.m. There's no charge for the public to come in, and there's going to be all kinds of cool stuff there, all kinds.
Well,
That's
we wish you
awesome.
great luck on that. Yes, that's awesome.
And you'll be at Paracon, Bordertown Paracon,
Yes,
September
yes.
30th.
Yay!
Yes, we will.
We're
Woohoo!
excited. We can't
We
wait.
are excited.
I think it's important to note too, we don't charge for our investigation.
Good.
Yeah.
Yep. Good. I just got through talking about somebody. Oh, Pam, it was you. It was somebody that we were talking about that said that the Catholic Church was charging for.
Yes.
And it was like, what? And then
Oh
when
my
I told my my Catholic priest friend about it, he was like, they should not be charging anything.
Yeah, they tried to charge a lady $300 to bless her because she wasn't Catholic.
What?
Ah,
Yeah.
No.
So
Where
you're
was
not a
this?
member of my
I
club.
would, I would totally shout them out and call them out, but I don't know who they are.
What
Yeah.
area?
Oh, well, that's
Oh, in
too-
it was in
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll talk to my buddy who is a priest. So, guy I went to high
Yeah.
school with.
I'll look at our previous conversation because
chat.
Christy
Yeah.
said it.
Yeah, it was
So,
with Christy. Yeah.
so I'll call
Yeah,
him out.
that was wild. And father was not happy.
No,
told him.
Padre Casey was like, that is ridiculous. I call him Padre. Father Casey, he was like, no, that they should not be charging anything.
Mhm.
Yeah, they
I'm
shouldn't.
like, well,
That's insane.
And what have we done? We're
Ooh,
done.
Enzo
All right,
said
we're
he may
done.
have to come
We are
check it out.
done. Hey, wait a minute.
Thank
Wait,
you
wait.
so much for taking
Yes.
this time to hang
Thank
out
you.
with us and it was great. And the
And
word
putting
I
up
was
with
looking
my
for at the beginning was
amokness.
networking.
It was
and my
great.
amugness.
Networking, that's it.
Yes,
Networking. I came up with every word
shenanigans.
but that.
And I'm probably gonna
really?
read-
You just now thought of that?
No, I thought of it earlier,
'Cause
but
I didn't think
was
of
like,
it either.
Mannequins is a good one.
I was struggling. I don't know what was going on. But
All right.
we-
So
yeah,
who we
we
got coming up
appreciate it.
next week?
Next week
Adrian.
it's me.
Oh,
Well,
it's
not-
Adrian. Well, don't
Next
come
week
next
is
week.
me.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm
And,
kidding.
yeah. And no, because next
I'm
week we're
kidding.
kicking off the Arkansas Paranormal Expo.
Oh, yay.
Uh,
Yes, come
and
next week
we're-
because I'll
and
have
we're
my
gonna-
commercial.
And we are going to speak out with Rhonda in her little bit about her, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the expo and then what we expect to come up. And we got a good expo this year. I'm looking so forward to it. And you're going to
You're
like
just
it
looking
too, because you're
forward
going to
to
hear about it.
seeing me because I'm
Of
going to be there.
Of course.
But I'll
course.
see you in September.
Wait, what? You're going to see me in 2 weeks.
Oh,
Yeah,
and in
let's
2
see it.
weeks.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
See you. 10
That's
10
right.
more days. We'll all see each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
First time we'll all be at the same spot
At
together.
the same spot together. We'll
Woo!
film. We'll do some live scenes.
That'll be fun.
But anyhow, see y'all next week.
See y'all next week, and thank you
Yeah.
guys for coming on and
Yes,
for
thank
putting up
you.
with our
Don't leave.
shenanigans.
Yeah, hang on for just a minute.
Bye, everybody.
Night, everyone.